first generation Amazon Fire TV box. Does this small little square box have what it takes to take on the big boys of 2018? Let's find out. Hi guys, I'm Alan from Fletch Tech Reviews, and today we're reviewing the original Amazon Fire TV box. Can this little box still compete with all the big boys of 2018? I think it can. First off, it's a neat little box. It isn't big by any standards. I know in 2018 everybody wants TVs that can have dongles, hidden dongles. Dongles? What's dongles? People want dongles hidden behind the TVs. This, from most people's standards, is still pretty large. But for me, I think it's still quite small. On the back of the device, you've got a HDMI output, an optical output, an Ethernet port to connect it directly to your router if you don't want to rely on Wi-Fi, and a USB port to connect things like external hard drives. On the insides of the device, it's rocking a Snapdragon 8064 quad-core processor running with all 4 cores running at 1.7 GHz. It's got an Adreno 320 GPU, 2 GB of RAM and 8 GB of onboard storage. When it comes to connecting a device, you get 2 options available, which you don't get with many of the newer boxes or dongles on the market, which are Wi-Fi only. The original Firebox also comes with an Ethernet port, which runs at 100 megabits per second. But if you don't want to use the Ethernet port, you can connect it with the inbuilt Wi-Fi, which is MIMO 802.11 A, B, G and N. So it gives you pretty much most of the options most people need nowadays to connect these boxes reliably. Enough of that said, let's get the device connected up to the TV and see how it performs. Right, now the device is booted up, and as you can see, you're greeted with a really nice display. It's been upgraded lately to this new UI, new effect, and it looks absolutely stunning when compared to the older version of the box. And as you can see, it runs very fluid. If you just scroll across to home, scroll down, very responsive. There's basically no lag from the button press on the remote control to that action happening on screen. The box itself has got plenty of apps for most people. You get Netflix, you get Amazon Prime Music, you get obviously Amazon Prime because it's built around Amazon. You get Disney Life, you get the Firefox browser, and all the major catch-up services like BBC iPlayer, ITV. If you keep scrolling down, it gives you a few sponsored links and adverts. All your Prime originals. The good thing about the Amazon Fire boxes, if you're very big on the Amazon eco-structure, which me and my wife are, we buy a lot of things off Amazon, we watch a lot on Amazon, so for us the Fire TV is fantastic. It gives you all your Prime stuff in one row, all your featured apps and games. It even now offers recommendations from Netflix, as you can see there. You also get the added bonus of featured channels, which you pay a small subscription for every month, which depends on the channel, it can vary in price. But it just gives you that extra few channels if you don't have something like a Sky subscription or a Virgin subscription. It gives you them extra channels that you could watch that you can't get on Freeview or FreeSat. And it runs pretty fast, and if you've got an Amazon Prime subscription, it will allow you to use Prime Music, which is 2 million songs free of charge, ad-free as well. So it's very simple to use. Even my 4-year-old actually gets the remote every day, picks it up, click, he's got exactly where he needs to go. You've got the options at the top for your videos, which gives you like a watch list of things to watch. A few other sponsored links as well, and also your video library, which at the moment we haven't got a lot purchased on here because we purchase a lot of things on Sky as well. Now you've got your movies tab, your TV shows tab, which with those two it's pretty self-explanatory on what they are. You've got your apps section where you can download new apps like Plex, Firefox, TV Player. You have also got your settings page where you can alter things like your notifications, change your network settings, your display and sound settings. Let's have a quick look in that section. I've done that completely wrong, haven't I? Let's try that again. There we go. Right. It gives you the option to add a screensaver. You can change different options in the display settings like your resolution, which the original Firebox goes up to 1080p at 60 frames per second. You can give you the chance to calibrate your display as well, which allows you to alter the dimensions of the picture so it can fit on a specific screen size. You can change your audio depending whether you've got a device that's compatible with Dolby Digital, you want just normal stereo, how you change the output options as well. You can have display mirroring. You've got HDMI control as well, so if you have this turned on and it's connected to a compatible TV, the second you turn your Firebox on, it will start the TV up and go to the correct input. We have an applications tab, which will let you select different applications to manage. From here, it will allow you to view how much internal space you've actually got, but you can, as I said earlier, add an external USB drive or USB stick to expand that storage even further. So if we click on Managed, it lets you see all of the different options available and what you want to do with them. So if we didn't want one, we could either launch, stop the application, or completely uninstall that app off of the device. Right, let's go back to the home page. Right. One of the other neat options that the device has got now is they've added Amazon Alexa as standard on all devices. I've got to be careful because we've got one in the room and we don't want to set her off. So if we press the button on the top of the remote control and we say, what's the weather for today?
Right now in Leicester, it's 2 degrees with partly sunny skies.
As you can see, she tells you the forecast, the weather. That works with things like music. She can also open apps. So for example, open Netflix.
Here's Netflix.
Obviously the PIN number will be depending on whether you've set up parental controls yourself. And it opens up. So overall, comparing this to say the newer Fire TVs on the market, I would say if you've got one of these and you're not bothered about 4K, it's perfect. When you compare the original Firebox to the newer Fire TV stick and the new Fire TV dongle, which is 4K enabled up to 60 frames a second, I myself like the original Fire TV for two reasons being. It gives you the Ethernet port, the optical output, and also expandable storage, which you won't get that with the stick or the new Fire TV dongle, because the way they've designed them to be simplistic. It's literally plug in, power, done. Me, myself, I like that extra flexibility of knowing that I can add an external hard drive for storage or media. I like the fact that I can connect it to my router directly, so I've got a more secure and stable connection. But this one is very hard to get hold of now. You can still get hold of it from some places online, but it's very, very difficult. So if 4K isn't the thing for you, I would probably recommend the Fire TV stick, which I think is going on Amazon at the moment for $29.99. if not £10 off the price. And I have added a link in the description below if that's something you'd like to look at. I've also added a link for a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime, so if you do decide you want to buy a stick or a Fire TV and you want that faster delivery that Prime offers, feel free to click on the link below and you can get a free trial of Amazon Prime. And just before we go, just to remind you folks, I've left both links in the description below for the Fire TV stick and the new Fire HD dongle, just in case it's something you'd probably like to purchase for you or as a gift to somebody else. Please give us a thumbs up for this video, and if you like the video and you would like to see more, click the subscribe button in the bottom corner. That would be absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot guys, and I'll speak to you again soon.